Hey, what's up, people? This is John from the John Astrab channel. I'm actually John Astrab. Oh, man. How can you listen to this shit? But anyway, today I want to talk about gum. I don't really want to talk about gum exactly. I want to talk about Amazon and brand building and why I think that private label brand building with a drilled down niche with a real specific niche is really the best formula for long-term a long-term business, a business that you can sell at some time, keep or sell, or and build value. I was at an Amazon event in June, and it was FBA Boost, and Amazon really loves brands, and they love brands, and like this brand here, Simply Gum. This is one of the success stories that they trotted out. They brought the owners of this brand, and they just love little brands that do everything well and that service their customers. And the old story, the brand is a promise to a customer, and Amazon, or everybody says Amazon are all about the customer. I just hate that. It just doesn't sound right. But anyway, because I think Amazon is really Jeff Bezos, so I'm gonna put it in the singular. Anyway, Amazon is or are all about customer experience. They are self-proclaimed most customer-centric business in the world, and a brand that loves its customers is what they love. They don't want people, doing the white label, just getting boxes and making up some shitty brand, getting some shit from China and throwing it up on Amazon. Looking up, let's see, the old famous garlic press. They don't want this, and in my opinion, they're going to do whatever they can. They don't want. Let's see, how many pages of garlic presses are there? There are 81 pages. I was on something the other day that it was a certain type of candle. There were 41 pages of candles. No, 401 pages of candles. Here's 81 pages of garlic presses. Anything after like page 3 doesn't do anybody any good. It doesn't do Amazon any good. It doesn't. Nobody goes to page 3 through 78. Okay, or 3 through 81. So what Amazon wants is people to specialize in niches and serve their customers. They don't want, this was the amazing selling machine model from 5 years ago, where you find a hot selling item, you copy it, slap a shitty label on it, and it sells like mad. Those days are over. You have to think about building a brand, and you have to think about the brand as a whole, and Amazon is just a piece of that. Amazon should not be any more than 40% of your total sales. There are dozens and dozens of sales channels out there that you should explore and that you should look at simultaneously when you're looking at Amazon. So getting back to the gum, I spoke to these people at the Boost conference, and they sell, most of their sales come from brick and mortar stores. They're in stores it's like 1,800 stores across the country. So most of their sales come from brick and mortar sales. They have their own website, and then they sell on Amazon. And Amazon, it's all, everything feeds everything else. It's all synchronicity, and you can't have all your eggs in Amazon's basket. It's called single point of failure, and if Amazon gets mad at you, or Amazon co-ops your product, and it will. If you don't have a real good brand, it'll come up with its own brand, and it'll be Amazon. And it's possible it could be Amazon Basics, natural gum, but it may be, but it's not going to compete with Simply. It will compete with Simply Gum, but it's not going to knock it off, because Simply Gum has a brand. So that's what you have to do. You have to build a brand, and you have to think about building a fan base. You have to think about building an email list. I went about Amazon the wrong way. I went about it that amazing seller machine model of finding what's selling, going on Jungle Scout, finding something that's, oh wow, this guy sold $50,000 last month. I'm going to get one from China, and you get it. Takes 2 months. It takes another month or two for you to get traction on Amazon, and by that time there are another you know, 1,000 schmucks that are doing the same thing on the same product. You're just chasing one thing after the next, and you'll always be chasing, and it'll get harder and harder, and people will just quit. So build a brand, niche down. This is just a beautiful thing. There was another guy that did like shea butter stuff, and just these little brands that have, you know, a limited number of SKUs, and you introduce another one every couple of months to your raving fan base, and especially gum. Like, people just, you know, buy it over and over again. It's consumable. Like I said, this guy with the shea butter, people buy it over and over again, and it's just a beautiful. That's a business, you know, selling you know, egg beaters or whatever with your Avery label on the outside of the box is not a business. It's bullshit. So think about building a brand. Make sure that, you know, 35 or 40% of your sales come from Amazon, and plan ahead that the majority of your sales are going to come from other platforms, and just, you have to think of that ahead of time. So there's my advice for you. You know, start a chewing gum company. All right, people. Until next time, remember, it's right in front of you. Make it real. Cheers.